Hi, welcome back to TLC Cares. I'm Jolene Cicchese from TLC Private Home Care in Buzzards Bay and Howard, soon to be coming to Hingham. Today we're going to be talking about decluttering and downsizing. These are two very important things, especially when you get older. You need to find out, is it time to downsize? Is my house too big? Am I still living in the house that I raised my children in? Pretty much everybody uses 2 rooms. You know, the kitchen, the bedroom, living room, that's 3. Sorry, 3 rooms. But you have to ask yourself, is it time to downsize? Do you need to move to an over 55 community? Are you going to move to an assisted living, or are you going to move in with your children, or do they have an in-law? You have to figure out where you're going, and then you'll figure out what you can bring. Because if you're going to move into a small in-law apartment, you can't bring a 4-bedroom house. So you have to ask, it's a very emotional time. Some people need a little bit of time to get used to parting with their specific things. It's not always an easy thing. You cry when you see different objects that you're going to throw away. So many things have attachments. But the rule of thumb is if you haven't used it in a while, you don't need it. Is my house too cluttered to cause a health risk? That's really important because you don't want, I don't like falls. Falls land people in the hospital. So you have to pick up the clutter, and especially the stuff on the floor. You cannot leave it there. So you need to have a plan to break the decluttering process into manageable chunks. Keep it simple to start. Give yourself time so you're not stressed or have any regrets. The one thing you don't want to do is have regrets. You've moved, you threw something away that you really want now and you can't get it back. You start with 1 room at a time. If you can take 1 room and take 3 boxes, 3 piles, the keep, the throw, and the donate. And the donate is really important because you have to think, is somebody else going to love what I loved? Is somebody else going to use this, you know, is somebody going to use my dining room set to have dining room family dinners with their own children? That kind of makes you feel good. So as long as someone can wear your things or donate your things, then you kind of feel a little bit better. But you got to do it slowly. You have to be very slow at this. So 1 room at a time. The hazardous things to get rid of: old rugs. Old rugs that are still laying on the floor but have flipped edges, or the scatter rugs that, you know, a lot of people put over their regular rugs, but those create a hazard. So you want to pick those up, and if you're not going to use them where you're going, then you can get rid of them. You can donate them, you can keep them, or you can throw them away. Old and broken furniture. Are you holding on to a specific chair because it was Nana's and you don't want to get rid of it because it has so much sentimental value? I understand the sentimental value, but what are you going to do if you haven't put it back together in 3 years? Chances are you probably won't. So power tools and equipment. If you're 80 or 90 and you're not using the saw anymore, or you're not using the lawnmower or anything like that, give it away or have a yard sale. That's a really good way to give things away. Unused decorations. Now, I don't know about you, but I have 2 holidays that I love, and one of them is Halloween. I have so much Halloween paraphernalia around the house that I can't even put it up anymore because it's too much. So get rid of those things that you no longer have to use. Old medications. Everyone has old medications. My mom will hold on to things because I never know when I'm going to need it. But when you go through someone's medications, if you go through their kitchen and you open it up and you see, you know, expired medications, you're not holding on to those. Those you shouldn't hold on to. They expire them for a reason, and, you know, they might not be good enough anymore. Especially if it's old pain medication, you don't want to hold on to that. You never know if someone's going to come into your house and, you know, a grandson or a granddaughter go through the cabinets and take something that they really don't need or weren't prepared for. Old expired foods. I've been in many a patient's home that you open up the refrigerator and there's a little bit of an odor and you try and figure out which one it's coming from. You know, are things moldy? Are your cucumbers soft? You have to go through all your, you know, mustard and ketchup and, you know, spaghetti sauce, and you have to look for anything that could be growing any mold or things like that. Broken glass, pots, and bags. We collect bags. Now that they're going to paper bags almost everywhere, it's funny we can't get bags, but I collected a lot of regular plastic bags. You know, you go everywhere and they give you a bag to fill up at, you know, a Chamber of Commerce event, and you have your refrigerated bags that you take to the grocery store. And then I have my backpacks, my pocketbooks. I'm sure over the years you've accumulated a lot of that as well. Broken, unused appliances. Why is that broken toaster still on your countertop? You don't need it. It hasn't worked in 3 years. Get rid of it, especially if it's broken. If it's not broken, then you should have been using it for 3 years. What to do first? So you want to take the 90-day test. And the 90-day test is you're thinking about what I can leave behind, what I can give to my grandchildren, what I can give to my neighbor. If you have a yard sale and someone comes along and they're a brand new family just starting out, and you happen to have an old carriage that, you know, your granddaughter slept in or when she came over to the house, and they love that carriage, and now you feel good because they're taking something that you loved and they're going to love it as well. And a brand new baby will be sleeping in it. For all the loved things, will you use it? So if you pick up something like flowers or, you know, am I going to ever use that again? Do I need it? Has it been in the basement? Has it been in your clutter room? I know a lot of people have a clutter room. Usually second, third, fourth bedrooms are, you know, collect-alls. So you want to really figure out, am I emotionally attached to this item, and will I cry if I don't have it in, you know, next year? Ask family and friends if they need or want something. I have a lot of people that I know that are moving and they're downsizing or moving to Florida, and they have things up here that they don't need down there. So things like, you know, snow blowers, ice scrapers, things like that. I have like 4 ice scrapers in my car, so I know that, you know, they're always there, but I don't need them. I only need one. Have a yard sale. The yard sale is the most important thing, I think, because you can make a little money to help with the move and to help with the cost of moving into an over 55 or an assisted living. In assisted living, they're not that big, so you really can't take a lot of things. So you can take your bedroom set, you can take your living room set, but beyond that, there's not really a second bedroom to furnish, so you may not need that second bedroom as well. Bring things you no longer need to a consignment shop. They're all over the place and they're adorable. A lot of them are really, really cute and have cute things, and whatever's old is new to someone else. So if you bring your old things there, or old wine glasses or old water glasses, a young person may love that, or even another, you know, person my age might love that. So if you bring things to a consignment shop, they give you money for those as well. You know, if things sell in the first 10 days or next month and the month after, it depends on how long they're sitting on their shelves in the consignment store. But it's a really great place to start, bringing small things. So I just wanted to talk today about decluttering and downsizing, because I see a lot of my patients moving from their big homes into an assisted living. And it's usually when they're coming out of the hospital or the rehab, and they don't know what their children are going to be taking out of their home to bring them to the assisted living, but they know they can't go home. So there's a lot of things that they are missing and that they loved and that they wanted to take care of. So do it when you still have the time. Go through things now, even if you're not moving. You should always go through things, and the things that are sitting in boxes for 2, 3, 4 years, if you're not using it, give it to someone else who might want to use it. Get rid of all the broken things. You don't need broken things around the house just because, you know, I can fix it. It's a lamp. I can go have it fixed somewhere for $5, but You haven't, so why don't bother? So decluttering and downsizing is important to not only our elderly, but to people my age too. I have boxes and boxes of things that I really need to go through and I haven't used in years. So I am going to take my own advice and start early while I still can and go from there. So I just wanted to say welcome back again to TLC Cares, and I'm Jolene Cicchese from TLC Private Home Care. I'm a registered nurse, and if you ever need anything or anyone to talk to, you can always call TLC Private Home Care and ask for me. Thank you. Have a great day.